my sleep at night, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. Too many times, my love, he makes me feel like nobody else. Don't pick up the phone, you know he's only calling cause he's drunk and alone too. Don't let him in, you have to kick him out again free. Don't be his friend, you know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him.
Alright, hey guys, how's it going? Episode number 4 of the Fresh Takes podcast. Of course, I'm Paul Russo, alongside me in a new setup, same room, new setup. Nick Felice, Nicky Fresh.
What's going on, everybody?
So, in my opinion, it's one of the best times of the sports here right now. Coming off probably the most exciting March Madness tournament. I know we've had a lot of banter between us and our friends about that.
Yes, we did.
It's the start of baseball season. You got playoff hockey and playoff NBA coming up. But let's touch base quick before we jump into the main purpose of, or the main synopsis of this podcast, if you will. Let's do a quick couple minutes here on the tournament. I think this was the best tournament I've ever seen, hands down.
It definitely is one of the best.
So you have, obviously, let's go with the top first here. Like, literally at the top, you have UMBC, first ever 16 seed on the men's side, upsetting Virginia. We talked a little bit about that in the previous podcast, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody really foresaw what Loyola was going to do.
Nope. I had them losing in the first round.
As did, I think, many people. Obviously, they couldn't do enough against Michigan. Really, though, going into this final weekend, you literally did have, in my opinion, probably the best tournament really of all time. But what ended up happening was these final 3 games really, they weren't exactly close.
No, the Final Four and championship was... See, I compare this tournament to the 2016 tournament. Both really upset heavy.
Yep.
And the only difference I would say with that tournament is their championship game was probably one of the best of all time.
I think, I guess it depends your style of basketball. I don't think the championship game this year per se was bad, but just was never close. You know, Villanova was playing lights out ball, which, if you're rooting for Villanova or had any vesting interest in Villanova, it was a tremendous game. Now, if you were a Michigan fan, you only had about 10 minutes of good basketball before Villanova just pulled away in the second half.
So that psychic from the new show on ESPN, Get Up, called it correctly, right? Would you think that was a Villanova blowout?
I'd say it was a blowout. For the most part, I think Michigan only had the lead, for about 2.5 minutes or so there in the first half, and it wasn't even like a substantial lead. It was only about 5 or so, and Villanova came right back. DiVincenzo shot the lights out of the place, and you can't. If you're Villanova early, you can't script a championship game going any better.
So you thought it was a blowout?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a little let down after such a great first 2 weeks
for sure.
But I think the right team won.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh,
yeah.
Not too bad. We'll jump in now, I guess, to the main entree of the evening here. That's going to be our little bit of an MLB preview.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Who's excited?
I know I am. I know you are.
Oh, definitely.
You know, we're both obviously baseball's our favorite sports, and unfortunately for you, and I think you do slightly agree, this year may not be the best year for your team.
No, my team is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Your team is
the New York Yankees.
Yes.
But I know the way this team operates, so we already have one big injury, but we'll get into that a little bit here.
The Pirates are off to a good start, though, but it's a long way to go.
So, let's go about this, I guess, divisionally.
So Paul's got all 30 teams right here, right?
Yeah, I got all 30 teams. I got them by division the way I think they'll end up.
Really?
Yeah.
You have an order?
Yeah.
Really? He's all prepared.
I like doing this.
So what is stapled here?
So I
see the depth chart.
Yeah, there's 6. So I have it by depth chart here.
Oh, you have it by
I have it by division. I have it by division.
By division.
And the way they'll end up, which if you were sitting at the new desk we have, you would see. However, viewers, listeners, you may not be able to see all that well. So, what division? I'll give you the option, Nick.
To start?
What division do you want to jump into first?
AL Central.
AL Central. All right.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Let me scope here. So, last year the Indians were the ones to win the division. Minnesota made the wild card game. Played against the Yankees, lost, what was it, like 5-2 or something like that. This division,
playoffs?
yeah,
Yeah.
this division, I feel like, at least on paper, I feel like there's one obviously really good team. I think one really bad team. I'd say one good team certainly could make noise, and then there's two that are somewhere in the middle, one tracking downward, one tracking upward.
Yeah.
So, just looking at it quickly, I'd say Cleveland is going to be a division winner in my book.
Yeah, the AL Central, I think, maybe you agree, might be the weakest division in all of baseball.
I think that'd be a safe bet.
In my opinion, they're the weakest.
I'd say either them or the NL
Overall.
East, but overall,
Oh, yeah, the NL East. But the NL East is improving.
Well, they got the same issue, though, as the AL Central right now. They got one really good team, one really bad team.
Yes.
One team that could make noise, and then you got two kind of just fluttering there in the middle, one going up and one going down. So,
yeah.
they're kind of like somewhere...
The only reason I put the NL East over the AL Central is because they're one team that could make noise. I think it's better than the other team that could make noise.
I wonder if it's the same team we're thinking of.
So I'm thinking of the Mets.
See, I was thinking Phillies this year.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the Mets, because of their really good pitching staff, if they stay healthy.
I'll go into it more, but that was my big issue with the Mets. When we get to them, I'll bring it up.
Okay.
But I think their big issue is health. So, I just looking at it, the Indians lost. I think the big loss, well, they had two big losses, really, to be fair. Was first base DH, third base catcher Carlos Santana. He signed with the Phillies on a 3-year deal. Then you have Brian Shaw going out to Colorado, and Brian Shaw was a very big piece in their bullpen, obviously. A bullpen that you can make the case is for sure top 5 in baseball.
So who's the team that you think can make noise in the AL Central?
So the team I think, and I don't think it's going to really come as any surprise, is Minnesota Twins.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely, they're a team on the rise. They're still obviously extremely young. They got good veteran leadership in Mauer. A couple good pickups in the off season. Logan Morrison, obviously, I'd say.
Yeah, that Buxton's going to be a good player.
Buxton, obviously,
Strikes out a lot.
he's finally shown signs of what he can do. Took him a while to finally, I think, get there. But he had the same problem in the minors when he got moved up. He saw a lot of strikes, a lot of strikeouts.
Really, the whole thing with Minnesota is their entire pitching staff.
Yeah, their pitching staff is they're relatively young still.
Fernando Rodney, the closer.
Fernando Rodney's your closer. You got Addison Reed, who is a very nice pickup for them.
I see Zach Duke.
Yeah, Zach Duke's still hanging around.
Yeah, somehow.
Presley's still there. The rotation, you got Barrios, who arguably might be the best under 25 pitcher in baseball.
Who is their fifth star right here? It doesn't say they have a fifth
So, well, that's the thing I noticed. I think a lot of people are doing this right now. So you look at a lot of these teams, right? So Phil Hughes, he's on the 10-day DL at the moment with an oblique sprain, but that goes back to even spring training. Irvin Santana's on the DL. He's got a finger injury of sort. You have May. He was a nice piece for them. Towards the end of 2016, I think it was.
May?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then obviously last year with his UCL, he had to have Tommy John surgery. So they're one of the teams right now. I feel like they're going a 4-man rotation with that fifth day being long reliever mixed in with the rest of their bullpen guys.
I will agree with you. That Barrios, he looked good in his first start.
Yeah, he's good. He a lot of glimpses last year, very good stuff.
Yeah. I just don't think they'll top the Indians. No way.
No, I think it's going to be
That's
tough.
why I think the Mets got a better chance of catching the Nationals than the Twins catching the Indians.
Sorry,
I mean,
I guess
what about Phillies? Do you think the Phillies have a better chance of catching the Nationals over the Twins catching the
I think
Indians?
they're both stuck in the same boat. I feel like they won't be able to catch them, but nobody will be. But they won't be able to fall down to anyone.
Yeah.
Type deal.
Yep.
So
Moving on to the White Sox.
Yeah, next for me, I got the White Sox. Fourth in that division, I think, is going to end up being Kansas City.
Them and the Tigers are going to be the bottom.
Yeah, I think the Tigers are in trouble big time.
So,
That
you can
team's
pick the
too-
next division if you want.
I'll just go for the one that's on top. So I'll go AL West.
Okay.
I don't know if this division's exactly straightforward.
Interesting division, isn't it?
It is.
It's a really interesting division.
Um,
Like, you could probably easily name the top team in the division.
well, obviously it's going to
But
be huge.
second
Yeah.
through fifth, who knows?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of beating up, I feel like, in this division.
You have no idea who's going to be second through fifth.
Well, I think I know who's going to be in fifth. But
Of course.
I agree with you. So, obviously, I mean, I think Houston in that division at the moment will pretty much, I don't want to say run away, but it's kind of like Cleveland. I don't think anybody will be able to catch them. So,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously with them, I mean,
There could be two runaways here.
that rotation is just,
It's nasty.
it's probably the best in baseball.
Probably. I think it is.
Well, that's just it. You know, you go through in your head quick and you can't name, well, you have Verlander, Keuchel, McCullers, Cole, and Morton. And I've never been really big on Garrett Cole per se, but to say he's a fourth starter on the team's kind of crazy. So.
Yeah, and as a Pirates fan, our philosophy is pitching to contact.
Yeah.
Which Houston is not going to do.
No, they're power pitchers.
When he pitches to contact, he gives up home runs. And now he's going to pitch the way he wants to pitch, and that guy could be a top starter in the fourth spot.
Yeah, so, I mean, they pretty much got, I'd say pretty much in the bag. They got pretty much everyone coming back.
And then another Pirate, Charlie Morton.
That's true. Charlie Morton there, too.
He pitched well yesterday, too.
Even then, you got spot starter / long reliever in McHugh, and McHugh has been known to be very good.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, this team, I feel like, above it all, is...
They're the best.
Yeah.
West, no doubt.
So, second place for me, and I'm biting this apple again because I'm going to be tempted into it, but I'm on Seattle in second.
That's my brother's favorite team.
Yeah.
Matt.
So, but yeah, I'm going to bite into it again.
I'm rooting for him.
You know,
I got to watch the games anyway.
that's true. At the moment, they're going with a 4-man rotation, too, at the moment, the way it seems. You know, I feel like for them, really, the biggest question mark would be their bullpen.
Oh, definitely. They got a good lineup.
They got Nicasio. He's good. I don't know who this Diaz guy is, who's their closer.
Edwin Diaz.
Yeah.
He's a good closer. He's actually he's got 3 saves already.
You don't know what version of Wade LeBlanc you're going to get. He came in with the Yankees to start spring training.
Yeah, played for the Pirates for a little bit there.
So, you don't know. You obviously going to have Mitch Haniger back for...
A lot of teams going with that 4-man rotation.
To start, yeah, it's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, obviously you got Mitch Haniger back for what you hope to be a full year.
Yeah.
Big acquisition in D. Gordon. He's done well in center field at the moment.
What do you think of Ichiro back in the Mariners?
It's good. It's good. Unfortunately, I feel like for him, once Ben Gamble comes back, which probably is going to be a couple more weeks. Obliques usually are kind of tricky.
Nelson Cruz, Zanino, big losses for that team.
Yeah. So, you know, I think they'll be in second. I feel like they're in a tight...
Their injuries will come back.
Yeah, they're in a spot
long season.
That'll be tough. So...
Yeah, we got 3. Angels.
I got the Angels third, and I was kind of on the fence. I would go with in between them and the Rangers, who I have in fourth.
They're kind of like the Mariners, too. They got a good lineup.
They got a good lineup.
But their pitching.
Their pitching's...
You got to talk about Shohei
Ohtani.
Yeah. What'd you think of his first start?
Pretty good, you know.
Not bad.
I think the big thing, and it's the many things I feel like with Japanese pitchers over the years, you notice that they're very good when they come over initially, and then you kind of see, and you know, you look at Tanaka, for instance, on the Yankees, and he went through that rough patch in that second year where his plethora of off-speed wasn't working, his fastball was just going straight. So
Who, Tanaka?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a thing that happens with every Japanese pitcher. I feel like you look at Hideo Nomo was phenomenal his rookie year. I mean, for a no-hitter. But at the same time, that next year, and even then his career after, he was a very hittable hitter or pitcher. So, you know, I hope for the best for him. I know a lot of people like the fact he's playing 2 ways. I think it's great. So fourth place, Texas Rangers. they're stuck in mediocrity. And then last I just have Oakland.
Moneyball. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got out of the West.
I got them in fifth.
AL West. So, your pick. What are you feeling?
Let's go with it. NL Central.
NL Central.
My division.
So this one I feel is my most shocking division winner.
Really?
I'm all aboard the Milwaukee Brewers bandwagon.
Yeah.
You heard it
They
here
got a
first.
good team.
I'm buying in. Shotgun, Millers, and Schlitz all day. Anyway. They're another team starting out with a 4-man rotation because they got...
Wow, another one.
Yeah. Kind of out of principle because they got their main starter, Nelson. He's out until September. Well, he had the surgery in September. He'll probably be back. I think they're targeting June for rehab.
Yeah.
So...
June. I did not realize they had Kane until opening day.
Yeah, but they did really well this offseason. They really did. We're able to re-sign Steve Vogt. He's on the DL to start the year. He's got a shoulder issue. Other than that, though, obviously they were able to cash in on the Marlins yard sale.
Yeah.
But that outfield, man, it's hard to beat that outfield. You have an underrated guy in Domingo Santana.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this guy freaking rakes. So, I mean, this lineup, there's a lot of pop in it. You have Eric Tams, obviously. Great story.
Travis Shaw,
I'm on board with him. Miss what a uniform change will do for a guy.
Yeah.
It's weird because this middle field, the way it plays, it's so well guarded between Sogard and Arcia that it leaves a good guy in Villar. He's out. He's essentially that roving guy that's like, all right, Sogard needs a day off. He's in the lineup.
What team did Shaw play for before?
Boston. Yeah.
He was third base too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this team is really good.
Knable struggled the first game, but he's a good closer.
Knable's great. They have Albers there. Brought him in the offseason.
That Chase Anderson's a good pitcher.
Jeffries they brought in from Texas.
Like you said, Nelson's going to be a good.
I'm big on Zach Davies. He's their number 2 guy right now.
Jeffries is from Texas.
Yeah, that's where he pitched last year.
He's a good relief pitcher too.
Yes. So this team, I'm all aboard their train.
Yep.
I really am. Second for me, I'm moving with the Cubs. Although I'm being honest, I really did have a tough time picking a division winner because I have scenarios in my head where St. Louis, Chicago, or Milwaukee wins the division.
St. Louis, Milwaukee, or Chicago. Yeah.
You know, so Chicago, I think their big issue, and it's really weird considering the fact that when they won the title 2 years ago, when they won the World Series, they had the best rotation in baseball. And going into this year, I sit there and I'm like, sure they brought in Darvish, but I sit there and go,
I don't
a
know.
little bit. Because I'm not big on Hendricks.
Inconsistent starters on their team.
That's the thing. I'm not big. Hendricks is very streaky.
Quintana.
Chatwood's very streaky. Quintana, you can't say is streaky. This will be the first year that they'll have a whole year to show his worth on a good club because he's been trapped on the White Sox his whole career. So, bullpen's all right. Unfortunately, they still don't have a true closer. I mean, they have Brandon Morrow listed as their closer, but he's not a closer by the definition of it.
Schwarber's lost a lot of weight.
He plays terrible defense too, man.
Yeah. He's always will.
So, it'll be...
Hayward's not worth the money he is, but...
Hayward's good. I just, guy, and it's not a knock on Madden because I think Madden's a great manager, but he plays the situationals too much.
Yeah.
Like, one of their best players on the team's Ben Zobrist, and Ben Zobrist on the depth chart isn't a starting player.
Mm-hmm.
So...
They got a good lineup.
They're good. To me, there's some question marks. You hope you get Addison Russell back to where he was 2 years ago.
Question. What is the deciding factor to put the Brewers ahead of the Cubs for you?
Pitching.
Starting, it's just all pitching.
Overall. Starting. Relief. I feel as though Milwaukee Stars are more consistent. I feel that bullpen was at least ahead above Chicago's bullpen.
Yep.
So that's what I think. Obviously, like I said, though, you hope Addison Russell gets back to where he was 2 years ago. You hope Javi Baez gets back to where he was 2 years ago.
You think it'll be a good race?
I think so. I think it'll be a 3-dog race in that division this year. It might be the most exciting division just based on the fact that you might have. I don't know if I can really say that per se, given the fact I think the West is going to be exciting too. But the NL Central and West will be fun to watch, just based on the fact that you're going to have pretty much all the top 3 teams in each just fighting each other all year.
Yep. This should be fun.
Yep. So third, obviously, St. Louis. This team, for me, their lineup should be still very good. Just for me, questions pitching wise still.
You just print this off today or
yes,
the other day?
today.
Okay,
Yep.
so.
Today, which is April 3rd.
Okay, you didn't put them in last.
I don't think they'll be in last. It doesn't necessarily mean they're good by any definition. But they do have some good players on this team. It's just, to me, it always...
I'll let Paul talk about the Pirates.
No, you
Let's
can chime in. To me, I think their lineup is actually relatively decent outside, really, of, I guess, hitting-wise, outside of shortstop and maybe left field. But there's not a ton you can do with that at the moment. To me, their biggest question is pitching. You hope Ivan Nova stays on the pace that he's been at. You don't know what you're going to get with Talon, really, to be honest with you, in my mind. The whole entire rotation is relatively young outside of Nova.
Okay, I can't stay quiet.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, I want.
So
you
here's
need to chime
here's
in.
some facts. Corey Dickerson, left fielder.
Yes.
Did you know had the same kind of numbers as Andrew McCutchen last season?
Where did Corey Dickerson play last year?
Tampa Bay.
Oh, that's right.
He had like the exact same numbers. McCutchen didn't. He had a decent year, not a great year, but he had like the same numbers as him last year.
I just can't trust Dickerson because the way he's always been though in his career thus far.
The key to the Pirates is obviously pitching. They got.
You all know who I'm a big fan of on the Pirates, not to budge in quick, but before you move to pitching, I'm a big fan of Morin from Houston. He was a big prospect
Just
for
had a
them.
grand slam yesterday. So we got a couple hits so far, but that's still not bad. He's in Garrett Cole trade.
This will be what, his first full year in the bigs, I think?
Yeah, he's a rookie. He's technically a rookie. The key Nova, just really inconsistent.
Yeah.
The key to them is Tyon. Tyon was a number 2 pick. He's got to be the ace of this rotation. If he doesn't, the whole pitching just falls. I think he didn't do great his first game. Rivero's a solid closer, potential all-star closer.
I didn't know they had Contos now.
Contos is solid.
I didn't know they had him now.
Last towards the end of the year.
Really?
That was a nice pick. But after those two,
Yeah, you guys are in trouble.
fuck them. Felice was also in the Garrett Cole trade. He's got good stuff, but he's just
Look
not
at
there yet.
look at his two.
The rest of them.
Look at his
they're
two
all-
quick. You have Musgrove. He's on the 10-day
Glasnow
deal.
was not bad.
Glasnow's not bad. Wasn't he meant to be a starter?
Yeah,
though?
he's just still young.
So lastly, you have Cincinnati. This team is just. So we got 3 divisions left. I get to pick the next one. We'll split it up. We'll do NL East this time.
Okay.
Obviously, I think the Nationals, like I said about the AL Central, I don't think anybody's going to be able to catch them overall.
Yeah.
So the team overall is still very good, even without Jason Worth. You just move Adam Eaton over to the left. You got Michael A. Taylor, who came on great last year, especially down the stretch. And then Bryce Harper, if you're a Nationals fan, you better hope that you're able to work out something with him, or else I think he walks in the offseason. Pitching staff, again, they're not the best. It's not the best starting rotation in baseball, but it's for sure top 5, I think.
Yeah.
Bullpen wise, very good on the back end of it. Front end of it, I think, is a question still.
I got Doolittle on my fantasy team. Good player.
Well, they literally got their 3 back end guys, right? So you have Doolittle, who's the closer, Madsen, who sets him up, and Kinsler, who's like their 7th inning guy. All 3 of them are closers. So that's a nice weapon to have.
Montero's their catcher, huh?
Yeah, Montero. Then you have Severino, who was in Syracuse last year, who I saw play, and he'll be all right as a backup. You just hope that, I think more or less, Montero's there to be guidance for him.
Where's Matt Dendecker? He threw me a ball at the game.
That's true, he did. Dendecker is somewhere. He's not on any of these depth charts.
Is he still in Syracuse?
No.
No.
Actually, I don't. Who knows?
Yeah.
So,
Bryce Harper's brother still playing?
yeah, he's going to be. I'm guessing AAA this year would be my bet.
Okay.
Although he's older than him. By
Not in the
years.
Nationals anymore?
No. Well, no, I think he is now.
Still a relief pitcher?
Yes.
All right, let's move on. Who's second
So
place?
second for me, I have Phillies, but you have the
obviously.
Mets, obviously.
Yeah.
This team's young and they're freaking good.
They are.
I think the biggest question will be bullpen, actually, in all honesty.
Of course.
Not like they got any bad guys out there. Hutchinson, I feel, is like their best guy, but he's a middle guy. Back end, some questions is based on experience.
Rice Hoskins, the star.
Reese
Reese.
Hoskins, yeah. I mean, he'll obviously have Herrera.
Santana.
Santana, very nice signing.
Your outfield you're talking about. Hoskins, Herrera, Williams.
They have Nick Williams out there. J.P. Crawford's going to be up this year, playing in the big leagues. You have Mike Alfranco, who's very good. Second base, probably going to be a rotating cast of characters between Hernandez and Florimon, would be my bet.
What do you think of Jake Arrieta?
Big pickup.
I think his first start is next Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
Well, you know
that's
what?
a big pickup. I'm a big guy on
He's a late addition.
Alfaro. I saw him in Syracuse last year when he was on Lehigh Valley, and this very good hitting catcher. He's actually good defensively, too. He's a really good complete package guy.
Who?
Alfaro.
Alfaro. Oh, the catcher.
Yep. So, he'll just need some time, and he'll be good to go, I feel
No,
like.
I'm not disagreeing. They are a solid young squad.
And then you have Pat Nechak for them. He came back. He's on the DL to start
A
the
solid
year,
young
so-
squad that could be 15
Yeah.
games out.
Yes. Third for me, second for you is the Mets. I think their big thing's health, really, to be fair.
Definitely.
You can't...
If that starting rotation's healthy, you gotta say that's a threat.
It's not just the rotation, though. It's that whole entire lineup if they're able to stay healthy.
Yeah.
You hope Cespedes can hold for the whole year. David Wright, you might as well put him out to pasture, in all fairness.
He's only had a 10-day deal, huh?
Well, he's going to be out, I feel like, through at least all of April. Conforto should be back, I think, by the end of the month, is what they're targeting now.
Has he played at all this year?
No. He should be rehabbing, not right off the bat, but he should be rehabbing in the minors here relatively quick. But, I mean, like I said, you hope that whole lineup, if you're a Mets fan, the whole lineup stays healthy, they'll make noise. But that health is a big hinge factor for them.
Yeah.
So, fourth for me, I have Atlanta. Then last, you got...
It's the Marlins.
You
It's
got the
Cheetah.
Marlins, so...
Take it easy over there.
Sorry. New desk.
All right, 2 divisions left.
Got 2 divisions left. Your pick of which one we discuss first.
NL West.
Okay.
I'll give you the Yankees last.
Wow, what a guy you are.
Yeah, you know.
So I have Colorado.
Oh, number 1. Wow, what happened to the
division.
Diamondbacks?
I've been losing sleep over it.
Really?
But I'm going with Colorado. Really they're this anomaly that they do good on the road and they do good at home. So,
Of course they do good at home. That park's awesome.
but their rotation, they're a weird rotation. It's not like they're overpowering, but they get the job done.
They do.
Their bullpen this year is really good, especially on the back end. Brian Shaw, obviously coming over from Cleveland, done, and then Wade Davis closing. So, and then not to mention what they got out in the field: Blackman, LeMahieu, obviously Arenado, Trevor Story,
Arenado.
Desmond, Cargo.
Arenado's Matt's favorite player. Matt, my brother.
I love
Good player.
Arenado, man. He's up there for me too. So, this team, to me, is going to be right up there. And like I said, this division is a lot like the NL Central for me. 3 teams all year will be dogfighting this division out.
I think it's going to be the Padres, the
Padres,
Rockies.
interesting.
Rockies and Giants.
No,
I'm
interesting.
Just kidding.
Why you got to tease the viewers and listeners like that?
Yeah.
Let alone tease me. I'm disappointed. Second place for me, the Diamondbacks in the division.
Where's their logo, Paul?
Some of these didn't have logos, others did. It threw me off.
Yeah, viewers can't see it, but
But, this rotation should be pretty good still. Obviously, Greinke, Robbie Ray, Taj Walker, Pat Corbin.
you're probably one of the few guys that have the Dodgers not in the top 2.
Well, I'll talk about that when we get to them. But
Alex Avila, that's pretty good. Avila.
But this team's got a lot of good young guys out there.
Cole Schmidt, probably one of the best players in the game.
You know, just they're good. They're a good team. Yeah, Avila coming in, obviously he'll help with their young catchers. Obviously,
I think that's a pretty good bullpen.
Yeah, bullpen wise, they're not bad. Obviously, you got Boxberger.
Bradley could be a closer too.
Bradley, and then Herrero, who got lost in the shuffle this offseason with Ohtani. So.
Oh, Moreno, yeah.
Yeah. So
what do you think of
You good?
Jake Lamb?
Oh, Jake Lamb. He just got hurt today too, unfortunately.
That was supposed to be my sheep noise.
That was bad.
Hey, funny.
But
Jake Lamb,
he actually got hurt today too.
Really?
Got the update of that, yeah. But Shelby Miller, he'll be back at some point this year. Tommy John, Steven Souza should be back. I'm not too sure when they're really targeting him. He strained a pec, which I know is weird for him because he's got zero muscle. Yeah. So this team should be fun to watch, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not even mentioning Paul Goldschmidt in this. So
no. I said something about it.
Oh, I didn't. My apologies.
Underrated superstar.
Yes. So third for me is the Dodgers.
Matt Kemp.
They're just a lot of questions. I don't think this rotation's as good as people think.
No.
Obviously Kershaw. You can't undermine what Kershaw is. However, I don't think Alex Wood's that great. I think this might be a year Rich Hill comes back down to earth because he's about 100 years old.
Yeah, he's old.
Jin Ryu. People are starting to figure him out. And then Kennedy Makita, good. However, he also has an ERA that hovers around 4 and 5 in his career. In that
Kelly Jansen struggled out of the gate.
Yeah. And in this bullpen,
But you should count it.
back end, the bullpen's good. You have Singrani there and Jensen, obviously, but the front end's a bit suspect.
What do you think of that lineup? Justin Turns out.
Strikeout City.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what I said earlier. I mean, I understand the way baseball is, but you're not going to win a game still if you strike out 15 times. It's just not going to work. So, you know, you obviously hope that a lot of these guys keep up the pace that we're at. Bellinger, in my mind specifically. So,
yep.
But yeah, there's a lot of, to me, just questions surrounding that team too. I feel like there might be some chemistry issues just based on, a guy like Jack Peterson, who was a hot shot coming up there for a while, and now you're trapped again behind a guy like Matt Kemp. So, I feel like there might be some turmoil coming. And then you have Urias too. He's on the DL for at least, I think, through May.
Yep.
Fourth for me, the Giants. And then last, but this team should be trending upward here, I think, within the next couple of years, is San Diego.
I don't know shit about the Padres.
Well, I know
Another four-man rotation.
I know a little bit.
Lucchesi.
Is it Lucchesi or Lucchesi?
It's Lucchesi.
Shout out Andrew.
Who is? There goes the Negan back.
Oh, see ya. So that moves us on to our last division, the AL East.
Yep. And you got who winning?
I have the Yankees winning. However, this is going to be a two-dog fight all year. This will be a two-team race, I feel like.
Between who?
Them and Boston.
Oh, bold.
Yeah, really bold. The Yankees are start off the year this year. If you ever hit the ball really well or really shitty.
Okay, give me three things.
Three things.
That are the key factors to the Yankees winning the division.
Health. That's always been a big thing for them. You already can see it already. Greg Bird is obviously out.
Yep.
Today they shut Ellsbury down because of a hip issue. Aaron Hicks, who's supposed to be the starting center fielder, is out. Billy McKinney hurt his shoulder and he's in for. Got called up for health reasons and he's hurt. So that's one. To me, strikeouts are two. Especially that middle of the lineup: Stanton, Judge, Sanchez.
Avoiding strikeouts. And Pittman probably.
And yeah, actually, to me, pitching wise, especially for Jordan Montgomery, because I would have liked to see the Yankees get a fifth starter in there. Then they really didn't. So.
Okay, now give me three key players that will help the team. three key players.
3 key players.
Not Stanton, Judge. I mean, you could say Stanton, Judge, and Sanchez, but 3, key.
Neil Walker, I think, is big.
I figured you'd say
And it was a surprise end of spring signing, really. But I feel as though he's big because, first off, he's already done really well, I feel like, given the circumstances.
Yeah. He's not bad.
And this is going to sound bad, but secondly, if everyone gets back and is healthy, you can use either him or Drury as trade bait.
Walker
Or Brandon Drury.
Yeah.
So that's one. I feel like 2, obviously, is going to be Giancarlo. First.
They need him to be the MVP.
Obviously, this is his first season in a big market, a real market. So, you hope that and I think you saw what happened today. Obviously, recording on 4-3, struck out 5 times, over 5 strikeouts. He went to the media head on today after, and that's what I think you hope out of a guy, because some of these big fish that the Yankees bring in, they struggle with it. Look at Randy Johnson.
What do you think of the Yankee fans booing him today?
I mean, I guess I get it, but I wouldn't be booing him.
No.
First off, the conditions were terrible at that.
I can't believe they played that game.
Field wise, yeah, the field wise it was decent overall considering, but the overall was foggy. It was freezing. You had Kevin Kiermaier. He wouldn't have been the first player to ever do this, who said he doused himself in Vaseline to help him keep warm. So
yeah. And one more player.
Chapman. Actually, switch that. Betances.
Struggled at start.
He needs to get his act together. Because I know I'm going to get blasted I've gotten blasted from this from people before. I've said the Yankees need to trade him and Greg Bird while their stocks are up. Or if they're still even as up as they were. So, but you hope you get the Betances you had at the start of last year.
Because it's starting to see a decline.
Yeah. So you hope you get what you got from them at the beginning of the year.
Second.
I don't know what you really think of that team. Obviously, I know you.
I think they're
second
place.
That's fair.
Red Sox. I got it flip.
This Red Sox team can go one of 2 ways, and it's only because we've seen this book before with the Red Sox when they do make these off-season type moves. It either blows up in their face or it wins them a title. You know.
Yeah.
So their rotation
is 1-2 is strong.
1-2, I'd say 3 strong.
You say Porcello.
Yeah.
He's iffy.
But their 4 and 5 is really questioning to me.
Yeah, very questioning. Bullpen solid.
Well, obviously you got 2 guys though in their rotational wise though because of injuries and suspensions. So you hope that it works itself out, and then obviously JD Martinez, the big fish for them this offseason. This team obviously wasn't bad last year.
Why Bright get suspended?
Beat his wife.
Really?
Yes.
I could change my pick to the Yankees.
My man. But
I ain't rooting for him.
If you're the Red Sox, I feel like your key guy is not so much JD or any one of those guys. I feel it might be Rafael Devers.
Solid player. Benintendi struggling to start.
But you can't hold a lot of weight the first 2 weeks of the year.
No.
So
just saying.
A lot of feel good stuff.
JD Martinez, huge pickup.
I will say this: a lot of feel good for Kite Krimble, though. He's back with the team. Newborn daughter had some health issues, so it's good to see that.
She born. Yeah.
That he's back with the team, and obviously things went well there. So.
What do you think of Pedroia, real quick?
Love him. I've said this before, and it's another thing I've caught in flat for is the Yankees team. I hate the Red Sox, but they don't have a lot of hateable guys on that team anymore. They really don't.
The Killer Bees.
There is one guy. There is one guy I do hate with a passion on the team. That's fucking Eduardo fucking Nunez. Dude.
Chris Sale's a little weird too.
Well, he's racist and weird and it's confusing. Yeah. So.
What about Eduardo Nunez?
Just come on, man. Just freaking field the ball right, man.
Yeah.
You had your shot in New York and you blew it. I wish there was a legal way that we could edit in Adam Sandler yelling over our shoulders, "You blew it" to him, but you can't.
What movie is that from?
Billy Madison.
Oh.
You blew it!
All right, yeah, I remember. Oh, who's third?
Third for me, Toronto. Fourth for me.
check.
Fourth for me is Baltimore. Same essentially thing for me. With them as Toronto. Whatever window they had is pretty much closed.
Every team, it's really pitching when you really think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
It all comes down to that. Any team.
and this thing with Baltimore too is as much as I get Machado, he hasn't played short in a while, full-fledged short. So
Yep.
you hope that works out.
Trey Mancini, shout out. No.
Their rotation's all right. You hope these guys give you. You hope they can give you what they've advertised in the past. So
Yeah, they suck.
yeah, and Tampa in last. You hope Chris Archer ends up on a good team for his sake.
Yeah.
So
All right, so
that's
long,
divisionally
but
speaking.
we got.
So
good talk.
if you're a baseball guy, this is probably the episode for you. If not,
Yeah,
I'm not
I don't know
sorry.
how you made it to this point of the video.
if you're not a baseball guy like that, I'm not sorry for you.
All right, Paul, real
It's our
quick.
time of year.
World Series picks. Who's winning? Who's losing?
Winning and losing. I hate to sound like a homer here. Give me the Yankees in the World Series playing against, drumroll please, the Milwaukee Brewers.
Really?
Yankees in 6.
86.
Yep.
I'm gonna go
I'm sorry, man. This stool is really uncomfortable. You get up for a second.
Red Sox over Cubs in 5.
Oh, aren't you the ESPN? You complain about ESPN, yet you made the most ESPN pick.
But I sure hope
Of
that right
the
guy gets
podcast.
cut.
Yeah.
Do not beat your wife.
Don't beat anyone. We need more love in this world.
One more question for you, Paul, for the podcast.
All right.
You can close this thing out.
All right.
Who's gonna win the Masters?
Tiger.
Ricky.
I'll say this. If that man shows up to Augusta in a red, solid Nike polo on Sunday, watch yourself. Hide your kids, hide your wife, because he's going to be winning.
I would love to talk in the next podcast about Tiger Woods winning the Masters.
That would be true. So the next podcast, this one will be released on Friday.
So the next one,
April
April 6th.
6th. So
The next one's
Next-
April 20th.
that's when it will be released. So hopefully we'll be recording the 17th, I think. Maybe.
Alright.
17th? Whatever that Tuesday
And I can
is.
say this YouTube channel is called Fresh Tube.
Fresh Tube.
I got a new Gmail account today. It's
Nice.
Fresh Tube.
Fresh Tube.
It's a little hard to find, but because there's a lot of Fresh Tubes.
Fresh Tube, but we're on there. Fresh Tube on YouTube, iTunes.
SoundCloud at Fresh Takes Podcasts.
So
Paul's social media is gonna pop up right here. No, they'll pop up over here. They're all over here.
it'll
now.
be somewhere.
They're all over here. Now.
But anyway, we'll close this out quick because we've been here a while,
Yeah.
as well as a technical delay, which you'll see in the visual
Yep.
and possibly the audio version. But anyway, for Nick Felice, I'm Paul Russo. We'll catch you guys later on the Fresh Takes podcast.
Ayo!
Oh, God.
The only thing I wish it just had a few bench players. I know it has one, but you just gotta look for them because they're on there multiple times. Oh shit!